Welcome back to another Junkie Break. I am a junkie for acquiring more, even if sometimes it's not the smartest money decision. It's still fun. Last time we got bombarded with Larry's, Gary's, and Jerry's. Let's see if we can find some more. This time we're going to open this pack that has a Bowman on the front. So let's get through these staples. 5 staples. Oops. Sometimes they kill me with these staples because they use a stapler that doesn't make it through all of the product, the bag, and they have these all hanging on hooks on the wall, and you'll go to grab one and a staple will go right into your finger, and then you're bleeding on everything, and that's not what you want to be doing in public. This is a little bit thinner bag than the other ones. I think I picked this one. It looks like it has a bunch of the 82s in it and that Bowman on the front, and that was a little bit different than the other bags. A lot of times these bags just have mid-80s stuff that wouldn't be worth a quarter for the whole bag, and the same stuff that I've seen a million of before, so I only try to pick ones that look like they have something a little more interesting. So let's see what we find in here. We have Maurice Vaughn, the Bowman. We've got Hubie Brooks, John Candelaria, another Jerry. That's a different Jerry. Is that on screen? Wow. Okay, I think I'm going to start a new PC, definitely. Things that rhyme with Gary, Jerry, and Larry. We've got... Okay. Maybe the H is silent. Al Roboski. We've got Frank Tanana Banana. We've got Davy Johnson. Geronimo Baroa. We've got, oh, this was Sports Illustrated Kids, so this was a tear out from a magazine page. Rob Nen. What year was that? 2002. Maybe could have used a little better paper. We've got John Tudor, Mike Hampton. We've got Jeff Leonard, 83. Roger Craig. Yeah, this looks like it's... See, this is the kind of stuff that if it's a bag full of this, I don't really want it. Seen way too much of that. Kevin Brown, Candy Maldonado. Although, even if I've seen a ton of this in things like Fairfield boxes, these bags might have the names that you're not going to see in the Fairfield box, like I mentioned before. Mike Torres, Mike Greenwell, got Mario Soto, Claudell Washington, Mariners leaders. We have Cardinals future stars, John Martin, Andy Rincon. We have, these came from the thrift store. I assume that you guys know that because I've started making a series of these, but that's where these came from. Got Mariners future stars. Dave Henderson is in there. Nice. What kind of box did this come off of? This is tore up. Like they just ripped it out of the box. That definitely was never an actual card, so they must have cut that out of the box. Were all of these from the boxes? All of these team leaders checklist cards? Or were they an actual card in the series and someone just found this one on the box? Twins leaders. Julio Gonzalez. We've got, what year is that? Brennan Davis. This looks like an old design, but a new card. This looks like a... Okay, right. So this is a 2020 card, but the design is older. like the early 80s, right? Mid 80s. Was that 89? So that was an insert. And that's actually, well, there's a little bit of a dent at the top and a little bit of a dent at the corner here. Got Tigers Future Stars. I know someone who would like that card. Another Tigers, Mitch Kelleher. All right, let's see here. Just picked these up, and this one was still on the bottom, so we'll look at that one. Phillies Future Stars. We have Greg Harris, Ed Lynch, another Tigers, Tom Brookins, Neil Allen. Got, this is a Tigers pack, isn't it? Dan Schatzeder, another Jerry. We don't already have this. Okay, somebody tell me what was going on in the 80s. Jerry Morales. No, we don't have him in our Larry, Gary, Jerry collection. So we'll put him right there. Tom Poquette. We've got Sergio Valdez. Here's another one of those Leaf 50th anniversary. Andy Bennis. Brad Radke. Mark Wallers. Steve Avery with a huge crease. Pete Incaviglia. Pete Incaviglia. Yeah, that's hard to say. We've got Al Cohen's, Brian Esselstyn, Steve Braun. We have Mike Vale. Did we see one of him in the other bags? Alejandro Pena. Pascal Perez. There was just a message on my screen, but I didn't get to see it. Aurelio Lopez. Got Rick Roden. Johnny Walkenfuss. Kelly Downs. We have Lynn Jones. Rennie Stennett. Rennie Stennett. Mike Ramsey. Man, just struggling over some of these names. We've got Rick Peters. Orlando Sanchez. Bob Zupkick with a print line, several print lines down the face of the card. Got Rick Mahler, Jerry Augustine from the 82 set. I'm struggling here. Do we have every Larry, Jerry, and Gary from the entire 82 set, or are there even more of them? Is there even any more room? I'm going to have to move the camera back, guys, to get another Jerry, Larry, or Gary in here. That's pretty insane. Let's tilt up a little bit so they're all on there. Is that all of them? I'm going to have to look at that checklist and maybe try to just get all the Larrys, Garys, and Jerrys from the entire 82 set. We've got Dave Stapleton, Bob Stanley, Ross Bumgarten. We have Ed Farmer, Luis Gomez, Dave Rozema, Bob Nepper, Craig Swan, Alex Trevino, Stan Pappy, Dyer Miller. We've got Rick Leach, Mike Stanton, Elias Sosa, Pete Falcone, Eric Lindros, Ron Jackson, and the last card is Spike Owen from a completely different year, 1984. Well, thank you for watching my junkie break. The cards are somewhat junky. The source is somewhat junky, but they still fill the needs of a junkie. And we have a Gary, Larry, Jerry junkie collection. What is going on with 1982? Jerry, Gary, Gary, Gary. Wait, Jerry, Gary, Gary, and Larry. I'm going to guess there's 3 more guys named Larry that we need to find. I need to get that checklist. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.